There are parts of being a writer that have nothing to do with writing. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tara East. I'm a writer, blogger, YouTuber, and the author of the mystery novel Every Time He Dies. And in this week's video, I want to talk about how there are parts of being a writer that have nothing to do with writing. When you first start out on your writing journey, the vast majority of everything you learn will really be focused specifically on all things writing, so all things related to craft. You'll probably read a ton of writing craft books that focus on the basic things, character, plot, setting, theme, structure, and voice. You'll probably listen to a bunch of writing podcasts and watch writing-related YouTube videos, and it'll all be really exciting and new, but also hard. It will be hard because it's one thing to read or listen or watch people talk about writing, about how to do things like create interesting, complex characters. It's one thing to read about that stuff and to understand it, and a completely different thing to actually do it. It can take a while to finish your first manuscript because you're figuring out how to write a book by writing a book. There's going to be a gap that exists between your book and all of this information, and as you grow and evolve as a writer, that gap is going to shrink because your skills are going to improve. You can read, watch, or listen to all of this advice, but then you need to figure out how to apply this often general advice to your specific book, and that can be the tricky part. You can jump on Google and type in how to fix plot holes, but none of those articles can tell you how to fix the plot holes in your book specifically. When you're writing that first draft, the only thing you really need to worry about is the writing itself, the act of writing, what's appearing on the page. Does the story work? Do you like it? Can you fix the parts that don't? Once that first draft is finished, yay! Then it's time to start submitting it to publishers or going the independent route. Suddenly, once you reach this stage, you're doing a whole lot of tasks that have nothing to do with writing. You will either be researching things like your publishing options, different publishing houses, different publishing distributors. You'll be looking at how do you create a market plan? How do you figure out your budget? What are you willing to spend on this? You're going to be emailing pitches, emailing reviewers, emailing agents, editors, and cover designers. There's a lot of email, which is technically writing. Basically, you're going to have to spend a whole lot of time learning about completely different things, like how to put a press kit together, how to market your book online and in person, what strategies are working right now, how do you approach a publisher, how do you get an agent, all that sort of stuff. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this, the reason why I felt compelled to make a video is because yesterday I was in the bookstore and I had a conversation with a complete stranger who is a published author, and their book has actually done pretty darn well. But they were sharing how these activities, including the need to market their book, how that has really sucked the joy out of writing for them. Now, it is really, really easy to get caught up in the business side of being a writer because replying to emails, organizing events, creating marketing plans, and negotiating new deals, it makes you feel like important and excited and like you're taking action and you're really making things happen for your book. And you need to do these things because that's also part of being a writer. That's how you finish the cycle of being a writer. You write, you create a book, you then need that book to be read by somebody in order for this whole journey to be complete. But the thing is, in addition to doing all that stuff, you also need to continue to write. The thing is, if you're a career author, then that means you're also a small business owner. The problem here is that you need to find some way to protect your creative practice while also giving your book the very best chance it can have to find its readers. Additionally, marketing and promoting a book is often easier than writing a book, though you could argue this point. This is especially true if you are focusing on, say, online marketing and author platform growth, social media. It doesn't take a lot to write a tweet or film a tiny TikTok video or post on Instagram. Plus, you also get immediate feedback, and this is the exact opposite to writing. Writing a book takes a lot of time and thought, and it's often years before you get any kind of feedback from anybody. Now, the thing is, most of us want to write more than one book. It is easy to become almost obsessed with the publishing side of the writing life, but you shouldn't do that at the expense of your writing. So don't spend 10 years of your writing journey pushing your debut novel. You have to keep writing. In fact, if you want to be a career author, whether you are traditionally published or independently published, then you need to keep writing and publishing books, because having an extensive back catalog is what is going to give you the best chance possible at earning a livable income. Insert like 1,000 disclaimers here. And that's all I've got for you today. Just a short, sweet video, basically just encouraging you to keep writing even while you're doing the marketing and promoting stuff on your latest title. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Do you find that the marketing and promoting of either yourself as an author, as you build your author platform, does that distract from your writing? Are you resentful about it? Are you bitter about it? Do you hate that this is a part of the writing life? Or do you kind of enjoy it? What do you think about this conversation? What do you think about this video? Please share your comments below, because I'd love to hear all about it. Now, if you'd like even more writing advice, you can of course check out the other videos on this channel or go to taraeast.com and dive into the archives. While you're there, please feel free to join my email newsletter. When you do, I'll send you a free gift. Plus, you'll get an email in your inbox every single Thursday morning, including a note by me, a quote of the week, some resources I've recently loved and think you will too, as well as some other tidbits that I only share via email. Thank you so much for being here and for watching this video. Now keep reading and keep writing, because the world really does need more books. Also, if you're the random person that I spoke to at the bookshop this week, thanks for this week's blog idea.